Good morning, this is Leah from Blue Whale Arts, and how about a tour of my gourd garden this morning? I come out to every morning, now that my hand pollination, isolation hand pollination is done, and I come and check every morning how everybody's doing. So the first thing is, let me turn this around so you guys can actually see the garden and not me. Now this is my first live ever video, but I figured I'm gonna go for it and let's see what happens. How's that? So this is the Arbor. This is where I plant all what I call my overflow gourds who did not make it into one of my other two gourd gardens. And I have to say, we've got some mighty nice fine gourds growing here. And it's a nice place to sit on a hot day, which we've been having plenty of those here in New Hampshire. And you can see we've got all types of little gourds happening. And a couple of not so little ones, but that's okay. We just help them along the way so they don't fall down. And then what I do is I start walking through the garden. And we will check out some things that we have going on. In here we've got some nice martin gourds. Now the pink ribbon that you see indicates that that one was one that I had isolated and hand pollinated so that she will become a seed mama for our gourd seed line. And in here, let's see, we've got somebody on a mold and he's almost to the top. Keep on growing. We've got about another 6 weeks here in New Hampshire, maybe 7 or 8. Depends how fast the temperature turns. Right now it doesn't look like it. But we've got a couple of nice big, they were supposed to be African wine kettles. However, I think they are more of an African drum. And we've got this one here. And we've got this one hiding in here. And that one's doing pretty well too. So we've got those 3 big boys. And we've got, these were supposed to be a kettle over here, but they looks like they mixed with a like a goose one or a swan one, the swan ones, but they are very large swans. I don't think I've ever seen them so big, but that's in there. We've got some more martins over here that we're growing. In here we've got some basketballs, and we've got another guy in a mold, and it's coming along, but I'm not quite sure it's going to fill the mold, but we'll keep on, we'll see what happens. And we've got a real nice size basketball there. We've got another guy in a mold, and he's about right up to this one, so I'm not sure again it's going to fill the mold, but that's the chance you take. We've got some super large penguins in here. These are large penguins. Now this was a mold I had put on. Well, I didn't realize the large penguin was going to get that large. And so I had to take, and it looked like the gourd was starting to rot. So I took half of the mold off, but I couldn't take the whole mold off. We've got a couple another nice large penguins, not as large as the first one. We've got some extra large martins happening over here. And that's a real nice large martin. And I had a mannequin head that was a plastic mannequin head. So I stuck a gourd in it, and hopefully it will fill in. It's almost to the face part, so we'll see what happens. I keep the cloth on for the molds because it helps so that the sun isn't beating down on them. I found that I was more successful for those that made it through the process. Otherwise, I found that it burnt the gourds. It got too hot and just cooked the gourds. In here I have a heart. Now normally I wouldn't have used this shape of a gourd, but I figured what the heck, we'll see what happens. And it filled in almost all of it except for this little corner. We'll see what happens. There's still growing time. Alrighty, now we're going to come over here and we've got our extra large canteens. I've got them in 2 spots, so these aren't as large. They're getting there, but they're a real nice gourd. And I have another mold. This is my morning walk, so this is what I do every morning and every evening. Here's another guy, and he is right about here, and then the nose needs to fill in, so we'll see what happens. Let's cover him up for the day. We're expecting another warm day. And then I come around. Alrighty, and we have some of them, like We Can Control Gourds. They've decided that they didn't want to stay confined. And of course, who can control a gourd? Not us, that's for sure. And we're walking through the maze. This here is a reminder of a failed mold where it started rotting when the stem broke off. So I just leave it there as a reminder. Okay, we're coming up. Here's one right in here. That is supposed to be an African drum. Now it looks, they called it just African. And then I have in here, see, I'll get a zoom in on that one. You can see them right in there. We have this is one of the large canteens, and we've got a couple of more of them. Okay, we've got another mold. That one's about up to here, so we'll see what happens. And then, as you can see, my pathway is full, so we don't come in this way to look at we've got some big ones on the other side there, so we'll go take a look at those. But we'll walk down this aisle. It told me to do something, but I don't know what to do. Alrighty, so we're gonna walk down this aisle, and this is my view when I walk. Now, my trellis systems I built to be 8 feet tall. Well, when you're 5'3" and you need to reach the top, it becomes a problem. Thank goodness for ladders. However, I found the system works very well for the purpose of why I am growing gourds, which is for the purity of the seeds. Here we have our 2, I'm so excited, large Chinese bottles. Now, this is the guy that has the super mega leaf, which if I had known he was going to be this big, he would have never gone on a trellis. However, we've adapted our trellis system so that they have a nice safe home while they grow. Now I walked past a couple of these guys in here, but we've got some nice bottles happening. We have, down in here, we've got some eggs and some other little guys. We've got some other, they're in here somewhere. These are small penguins that are growing in here. You can kind of see them. And this one here has some bottles, but the leaves overflow like a waterfall. We've got eggs growing around. At this point in the season, about 2 weeks ago, I stopped doing the pollination, and because anything at that point, I'm not sure how viable they become, so I just stopped doing it. You can see in here, we've got bananas. Take a peek inside the trellis. It's so cool to look in there. And you can see there's a whole bunch of bananas there. We have some bananas hanging out down the bottom. And then we're also getting to the season where I'm starting to have the yellowing of the leaves and things like that, but I'm not worried. We only have about 6 weeks, maybe 7 of our growing season. Oh, I forgot, we've got a snake gourd over here. We only got one, but I'll take it. And we got what's called a buhle gourd a buhl gourd, B-U-L-E. I don't know how to say it right, but it kind of looks like a cross between an African warty and an apple. But we have eggs. These were supposed to be large. Thank goodness they weren't. They were supposed to be large penguin gourds. However, they are not. They are... This one is, but this one is not. And they were from the same seed supplier. So I will not be using any seeds from these guys. Even though I did the hand pollination. I might try them next year for myself to see if they grow to be this, because it's a nice gourd. But I can't use them for selling purposes because I don't know what they're going to be. Oh, remember these guys? These are our twin ladies, and they are actually stuck together right in there. So when I go to harvest them, I will not take their seeds, even though they're seed mamas, both of them. I will keep them together, and hopefully they will dry nice. And now, this is my view. And here we go. I don't even try to get into this because these are friends helping friends out. I guess that's the way to say it. But I know there's a whole bunch of gourds in there, and it will be like Christmas when the vines start dying off. I know, it doesn't take much when you're in isolation and quarantining and all of that good stuff. Here we have some nice little small gourds. They look like they're going to be really nice. And that's what Graham from New York, she sent me the seeds, and they are a nice little gourd. So we'll have to come up with the name, Graham, on that one. In here we have a heart, and I am so excited. This is my first full heart in the mold this year, and that's a smaller heart, but I'm excited on that. And we also have, wait a minute, let's back up. We've got a rectangle happening, and we have a the other. Hi Eleanor, hi Jane. Hope you guys are doing well. Eleanor, how's your garden growing? Alrighty. These are mini martins, and I just think they're the cutest. There's different sizes, but they are really nice. Nice for small projects. And I can't get out this way. Now this one here, you guys are gonna love. I just love coming in here and looking. Okay, here we go. We have a long gourd. Now remember, my trellises are 8 feet tall, and he's starting just about 2 inches from the top. And we're gonna come down, come down, come down, come down. Whoops, kind of come down. Come down, come down, come down. And he's to the ground. So he is now, with his little curve end, he is, I would say, 8 feet tall and still growing. But then look in here. It is like a long gourd jungle. Is that not the coolest? I just think it's so cool. And then there's another long gourd. This is the first year that we've grown these. And he is right down to the ground. Of course, now we need to come up with some ideas of what to do with them, because I'll tell you, I've never grown them before. So any ideas are welcome. Now, about this time, the gourds just go crazy. The vines go crazy. My pollination has stopped. So this guy is a long gourd. His trellis is over there now, remember. This guy is a long gourd. Now, whether they're going to grow viable or not, it's just fun to watch. This guy is a long gourd. So we are on the third trellis over. I just think it's so cool. And then, here's my jungle. We've got some little peary-shaped gourds, some egg gourds, more egg gourds. We grow a lot of egg gourds. We have strawberry gourds. Then we have, over here, We have another cute little gourd, and I can't remember the name of it. And we have some bottle gourds over here. I'm so excited. I have captured the 4-inch pear. We've got these cuties, 2 different types, but I am so excited because it's a very popular shape and I just love it. Now we're gonna go back over here. I know I get so distracted when I'm in my gourd garden. It's my happy place if you can't tell. We have long handle dipper. And I'm so excited. This one is a seed mama. She's about 4.5 feet tall right now, or 4 feet, the other one on the other side. But then I have some in gallon jugs, and they are doing their own twisting and turning because I just don't have the energy, or the time actually, not the energy, the time to come out and try to do hand twisting. So I said, you know what, I'm going to throw them in bottles, gallon bottles, and they are coming out awesome. I can't wait to unveil them. And then we have the trellis system creating their own twists and turns. Here's another dipper, and that dipper decided to cross over to the Nigerian trellis, but we've got some mini Nigerians happening. And remember, mini Nigerians, they grow 2 different types. They grow the little cute bottle-y shape, but then they grow this one here that looks like a little kettle. They both are great jewelry gourds. And you can see them on there. So we've got a trellis full of those coming. Now we're going to go around this aisle. Because on each side of my trellis this year, I have, this one's all Nigerian. Oh, look it in here. Look who's hiding. It is another long handle dipper. But the system is doing its twists and turns on it, so it will not be straight, which I think is kind of cool because I haven't figured out what do you do with the long straight handle dipper gourd. So, but we do have another one that's this one. This one here is 4.5 feet long about. Alrighty, so these guys, this is strawberries. He crossed over to the other side at this point. And this here is a new variety for me, and it is a small martin, not a mini. So we have mini martins, small martins, regular martins, and extra large martins, which is going to be really cool. And look who's here again. This guy has taken over. But wait till you see something else when I get to the other side. So now what we're going to do is, I have to take my shoes off for this part because I have to walk through the vines. And I can feel them on my naked. See, I don't have shoes on. I just have sandals, so that I can maneuver through this maze. And here we go. Here's number 1. What do you think? I'm excited. We've got one hanging there. I've got to do a platform. I'm not sure if it's going to be viable. I can't remember. Did I show you the guy over here? Oh, can you see it? It is well, maybe you can't see it. The giant wine kettle. I don't know if I pointed him out from the other side, but it's right in there. You can see the top where the little pink ribbon is, and it goes way down. Woohoo! I get so excited about this. Of course, when you're in isolation and you're out here by yourself, they don't question or judge you, so I do talk to them every day. Alrighty, and look who we have here. Now, this little mark was because I tried to put a mold on this guy when it was little and decided it was already too big. But this is my hand, and that is the gourd. Holy moly. Alrighty, and this is a bushel gourd. This is a seed that Dickie Martin gave me, and I am so excited. I only have 1 gourd, but it only takes 1 gourd. So I'm excited with that. Over here, we have, oops, now I got to get out of my maze. We have some of the Macarenas or dragon gourds that people call them. Now, let me just get back out here, and I'm going to come sliding in here a minute, because remember that long gourd we were looking at? Sorry if I'm all over the place. I'm trying to maneuver and hold something at the same time. But I last night stuck one of these long gourds in a 5-gallon water jug. Let's see what it does. Whether it becomes viable, I don't know, but we'll see. Over in here, we have some Peruvian gourds growing, wherever they are. They're playing hide and seek right now. They're in here. Oh, here's one. That's a new one. I've got some bigger ones on the vine. In here we have some mini dippers. Very excited. And we have a new mold that we're testing. And it's right here. And it looks like it's going to be very awesome. I'm testing 16 new molds this year. And I didn't show all of them at the beginning because they're on the other side, but I should have. But maybe another tour if people are interested. Anyways, now we have over here, we have a Canteen Gourds growing. We have more Peruvians that have taken over that fence. We have an apple gourd. You know, I haven't bought nylons in probably, I don't know, 20 years. And I had to buy 24 pairs of nylons for my gourds. Go figure, right? Nobody had any. Nobody wear nylons anymore. There's an apple gourd hiding. And then this has become my new favorite gourd. This is an apache dipper. Now, you know what I like about it is, number one, last year when I cut them, they were so thick, and I'm going to anticipate they're going to be that way this year. But they have a nice flat bottom. But this year, as they were growing, I was looking at their handle, and would that not make a perfect lamp base? You could easily add your electrical components, fill it up with some solid stuff to give it the weight, and then be able to add a lamp and turn it into a lamp. Just because of the flat bottom, it just makes it less challenging. But anyways, that's my idea on it. And let's take a peek in here. Alrighty, we've got some hanging down in here. Now, this is one of my 2 gardens, and I won't go through it. You can see my arbor from that side. I just have to go back and get my shoes. But I hope you've enjoyed a quick, fast tour. I tour my garden every day, twice a day. Check everybody out. Look for different things. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day and enjoyed the tour. We won't go to the other garden, but I'll show you where it is. You can see it. It's right across the way where those trellises are. And I'll go check that one out now and pick some blueberries for the day. Have a great day and happy gourding!